would have thought that an aircraft unveiled more than 20 years ago would still hold secrets to reveal? The F-22 Raptor, the pride of the US Air Force, was long considered the most advanced fighter jet on the planet. A machine so powerful that its production was halted to prevent its technology from falling into the wrong hands. Yet, quietly, the Raptor is undergoing an unexpected renaissance. New upgrades are transforming it into more than just a fifth-generation fighter. They are turning it into a flying laboratory for the next military era. Before we take off with this story of the F-22 Raptor and its incredible transformation, subscribe and like to continue discovering the secrets of the most advanced aviation in the world. For years, the F-22 was the epitome of what modern aviation could achieve: absolute stealth, extreme maneuverability, and a sensor system capable of seeing without being seen. Its design was born in the midst of the Cold War, with the purpose of dominating the skies against any Soviet threat. But times changed. Technology advanced by leaps and bounds, and new rivals like China with its J-20 and Russia with the Su-57 began developing their own versions of stealth fighters. Faced with this scenario, the United States decided that the Raptor could not be left behind. What followed was a silent, almost secret revolution, one that few outside the military truly understand. The first major upgrade came in the form of electronic improvements. The Raptor is now being equipped with a state-of-the-art infrared search and track (AST) system, a technology it previously lacked. This system allows it to detect enemy aircraft without using radar, keeping the Raptor hidden in the electromagnetic spectrum. In modern combat, where radar and long-range missiles dominate, the ability to see without being seen is a lethal advantage. But that's just the beginning. The F-22 is also integrating an open systems architecture, a change that might seem technical but is completely transformative. Until recently, updating the Raptor's software or sensors required lengthy and expensive processes, almost like rebuilding the aircraft from scratch. Now, with this new architecture, technologies, sensors, or electronic warfare systems can be added modularly, like apps on a smartphone. This allows the Air Force to rapidly incorporate innovations that previously took years to develop. Another unexpected advancement is the modernization of its ANAPG-77 AESA radar, which now features synthetic aperture radar (SR) modes for high-resolution terrain mapping and ground target detection in adverse weather conditions. Combined with a new, improved data link system, the F-22 can share information in real time with other fighters, drones, or even satellites. What was once a lone hunter can now become the brain of the air battlefield. One of the most striking aspects of the modernization program is the inclusion of components originally developed for NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance, the Air Force's top-secret program to create the first sixth-generation fighter. In other words, the F-22 is being transformed into a hybrid, a kind of F-22.5, which will serve as a testbed for technologies that will later equip the NGAD. This includes new artificial intelligence systems, long-range sensors, improved connectivity with unmanned aerial vehicles, and advanced materials that further reduce its radar signature. And if all this sounds impressive, there's more. The F-22 is now testing low-drag external fuel tanks. In the past, adding external tanks affected its stealth capabilities, but with this aerodynamic redesign, the Raptor can increase its range without compromising its stealth or supersonic speed. This is crucial in a potential conflict over the Pacific, where the distances between bases are enormous. However, what's most surprising isn't the new components themselves, but the intention behind them. The Raptor is no longer just a fighter jet, it's becoming a bridge to the future of aerial warfare. It's designed to operate alongside swarms of autonomous drones, the so-called loyal wingmen, that will act as its escorts or combat extensions. These drones can fly ahead, gather intelligence, distract defenses, or even launch missiles, while the F-22 coordinates everything from a distance. It's a concept that sounded like science fiction a decade ago, but today it's taking shape. From a strategic standpoint, these upgrades also serve another purpose: maintaining American air superiority without the need to build hundreds of new aircraft. The NGAD program will be extremely expensive and limited in number. But if the Raptor can remain relevant and share technology with its successor, the balance of power is preserved. Simply put, the United States is extending the F-22's reign, but with a completely new look. Of course, this modernization hasn't been easy. Many of the materials used in the Raptor's original fuselage are no longer manufactured, forcing the creation of parts using more modern methods. Furthermore, integrating new sensors requires overhauling the cooling system, electrical circuitry, and core software. All of this must be done without compromising the aircraft's renowned stealth capabilities. The irony is that the F-22 was conceived as such an advanced machine that its very sophistication hampered its evolution for years. Today, that same aircraft is demonstrating that it still has room to reinvent itself. Each upgrade brings it closer to the next era of military aviation, making it more like a living, adaptable platform, ready for the unexpected. While the world looked to the future with anticipation of the first sixth-generation fighter jet, the Pentagon played a card few saw coming, reviving the F-22 Raptor. This decision, more than a technical one, is a strategic move. In an increasingly tense global landscape where technological warfare is fought as much in the skies as in the data, the United States could not afford an air power gap. And to the surprise of many, its best bet wasn't something new, but something it already had. An aircraft so far ahead of its time that it can still shape the future today. Tell me in the comments, do you think the F-22 is still king of the skies, or is it time for the 6th generation to take over? The Raptor's upgrades are not mere patches. They represent a new doctrine of air warfare based on 3 pillars: connectivity, artificial intelligence, and survivability in threat-saturated environments. In modern conflicts, dominating the air doesn't just mean flying higher or faster. It means seeing first, deciding first, and acting first in a space where every millisecond can mean the difference between life and death. And that's precisely where the upgraded F-22 shines once again. One of the most disruptive changes is its multi-sensor fusion capability. Now, the Raptor not only gathers information from its own radar or infrared sensors, but can combine it with data from drones, satellites, and other aircraft in real time. Imagine a constantly flowing cloud of information, creating a complete view of the aerial battlefield. The F-22 pilot sees not only what's in front of him, but also what's behind mountains, beyond the horizon, or even in areas where his aircraft isn't even present. This makes the Raptor more than just a fighter jet. It's an air command platform, a flying brain capable of coordinating entire missions. For the first time, an aircraft designed for one-on-one combat can direct simultaneous operations among multiple aircraft, manned or unmanned. This is the concept of a system of systems, and it's the core of future American air warfare. But every technological advance brings a challenge, and in this case, the biggest challenge isn't in the air, but in cyberspace. With new connectivity and integrated AI systems, the F-22 becomes more dependent on data exchange, opening the door to electronic warfare and digital espionage. That's why much of the Raptor's modernization also focuses on its cybersecurity and resistance to electromagnetic interference. Engineers have redesigned communication protocols so that, even under attack, the aircraft can maintain critical links and operate independently if isolated. At a geopolitical level, this technological resurgence has enormous implications. The competition between the United States, China, and Russia has shifted to air superiority. Beijing has invested billions in developing the J-20 Mighty Dragon, a stealth fighter with characteristics similar to the F-22, while Moscow is betting on the Su-57 Felon, which combines extreme maneuverability with limited stealth systems. Both countries seek to challenge American air hegemony, and it is precisely here that the new F-22 becomes a symbol. The United States is sending a clear message. Not only does it still possess the world's most advanced aircraft, but it's also updating it faster than its rivals can build theirs. The Raptor isn't competing with 5th-generation fighters, it now operates in an intermediate category, a sort of 5.5 generation where each upgrade brings it closer to the capabilities of the NGAD. This move forces its competitors to rethink their strategies as the innovation cycle accelerates without warning. Another direct consequence of this technological leap is its impact on military alliances. Although the F-22 was never exported for national security reasons, its modernization serves as a basis for improving other allied programs, such as the F-35 Lightning II. Advances in software, radar, and connectivity in the Raptor are indirectly shared with NATO allied platforms, strengthening a common front. In practice, the Raptor not only protects American airspace but also the global balance of air power. However, this F-22 revival also raises uncomfortable questions. To what extent is it sustainable to maintain such an expensive and complex aircraft? The Raptor's cost per flight hour remains one of the highest in the world, and its maintenance requires a massive technological infrastructure. Even so, the Air Force has opted to modernize fewer units, but more intensively, creating a kind of air elite that will operate as the spearhead in critical missions. While most technical details remain classified, sources close to the program have revealed that the new Raptors are testing pilot support AI capable of analyzing scenarios, calculating evasive routes, and prioritizing threats in real time. The goal is not to replace the pilot, but to give them an extension of their mind. An AI that thinks, analyzes, and recommends while the human makes the final decisions. This type of integration will be fundamental for the 6th-generation fighter, but the F-22 will be the first to test it in real combat conditions. At an operational level, these improvements open up new possibilities for missions that were previously considered suicidal. Thanks to its combination of stealth, sensors, and connectivity, the Raptor can infiltrate areas defended by advanced radars, eliminate threats, and coordinate attacks without revealing its position. It's a modern form of blitzkrieg, but from the air. Strike first, disappear, and return before the enemy even knows what happened. However, behind the technological brilliance lies a political undercurrent. The competition for the military budget. The NGAD program will cost billions, and the US Congress demands visible results. Modernizing the F-22 offers a middle ground. Quick results, media impact, and a tangible show of force. It is also a diplomatic move, demonstrating that the country can innovate without relying exclusively on experimental prototypes. If you are impressed by everything this legendary plane has to offer, share it with your friends and subscribe so you don't miss the next secrets the Pentagon doesn't want you to know.